This chapter surrounds a story of Gillette, who is a college student. She took up news writing and editing because it was a required course at her college. Um, During this, she found herself coming up with story ideas, and her interest in politics began to rise. She wanted to tell stories about the people she met. She wanted to do was record, everything. A photographer was working on a project where they were taking photographs of African American businesses on Waters Avenue. This was a less fortunate part of Savannah. Gillette was to interview and record business owners as well as the ambient sounds of the business. This project was to be exhibited at a gallery in Savannah. She first interviewed some men at a barbershop and found that it was a place where young black males went for guidance, as most of them grew up without father figures. The issue was that Gillette felt out of place, as her and the photographer were the only white people and women in the barbershop. But she was aware of the differences. She grew up in a predominantly white city and moved to a predominantly black city, which is Savannah. She knew of the disparity. She knew she was privileged. She thought of a documentary called Stranger with a Camera, where the filmmaker said that a camera is like a gun. She started to think about what right did she even have to talk about these people who have different economic statuses and life experiences than she did. She got a second opinion from her news writing and editing professor, who told her that her awareness was a step in the right direction. It was positive, and it was good to make sure that she represented the subjects appropriately and respectfully. Her professor also brought to her attention that she's not undercover or trying to expose the situation, which she's not. She's portraying them accurately and with humanity. Gillette continued to work on the project after the advice. She decided to not give them her voice or editorialize it. Instead, she would be a channel for these people. My take was that Astoria is a really amazing person. I definitely think she did the right thing in getting advice, but it's also so huge that she even acknowledged her place in life and how differently she had it from others of different racial backgrounds. But she put her best foot forward and went out and exhibited a story the best way she knew how, in the most respectful and considerate way that she knew how. This career field is definitely for her, and she will go a long way in it. I am more ethical because I can appreciate and respect all walks of life despite of how I grew up. There is always room to learn more and understand those more who are less privileged. Thank you.